What is up, homies? My name is Felix, and today I am here bringing you another video. And today, this video, I know a lot of you have been asking me for. So, a fair amount of you have been asking me how you can make better chord progressions, and how you can make better melodies, and just how to make chord progressions and melodies and stuff. Because in a lot of videos, I'll fast forward through the point where I make my melodies, and then I just show you so that you can copy them down. But today I'm going to be kind of explaining more in depth how you can make melodies, and I'm kind of going to be giving you a cheat sheet on how you can make chord progressions and figure out like keys and stuff like that. So get ready. And so yeah, the main way that I'm going to be teaching you is through the circle of fifths. But however, before this video begins, make sure that you go and check out in the description the playlist of songs that I produced, my Instagram, my Soundcloud, all that stuff. If you wished to, that'd be greatly appreciated. But now let's get into the video. So basically, as I said, we're gonna be looking at the circle of fifths. So I have it right here on a piece of paper, as you may see. And so today, this is the cheat sheet that we're going to be working off of. So the first thing that we're going to do with the circle of fifths is I'm going to show you how to create it. The first thing you want to do is you want to draw a circle. And once you have drawn a circle, the first note at the top is going to be C. So, as I said, circle and then C, as you can see. So once you have the C, what you're gonna do is you're basically gonna make like a clock. So you can make little dash marks if you want to at where all the hours on the clock would go, if it was actually a clock. And this is a little rough, but that's okay. It's just for, show purposes. So once you have all your dashes on your clock created, the next thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna put next to the C, you're gonna put an F on the left of it, and a G on the right of it. And once we do all this stuff, I'm gonna explain to you what they all mean. So bear with me here. And then once you have that, we're gonna go to the right first, and then we're gonna go to the left. So after the G, you're gonna put a D. After the D, you're gonna put an A. After the A, you're gonna put an E. After the E, you're gonna put a B. And at the bottom, you're gonna put an F sharp. So F with the hashtag. So now for the left side, all the notes are gonna be flats, not sharps. So next to the F that you put earlier, you're gonna put this bad boy here, which is a B flat. And then you're gonna put an E flat, which a flat is just a little lowercase b next to the top of the letter. After the E flat, it's an A flat. After the A flat, and that last empty space is gonna be a D flat. So now that you have created all of the letters on your circle of fifths, I'm gonna tell you an easy way to remember all of the notes. So on the right side, this is a little bit of a PG-13 analogy. Craig gets drunk and eats butterflies, as you can see. So now once you have that, on the leftward side, it's gonna be Craig, insert any word, any verb that has an F. Craig finds beads. So as you can see, B-E-A-D, beads. And then at the bottom is an F sharp. Just remember that. Just remember, fun. Craig gets drunk and eats butterflies. Fun. Easy. So now that you have that, what you're gonna do is take off your hoodie. So now that you got your acronyms down, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to actually put this into use for making chord progressions. But before I do that, I'm gonna do a little bit of a quick course on chords, because I know some of you might be beginners and some of you might not know how to make chords. So I'm gonna show you real quick. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm gonna go through how to make chords really quickly. Really easy way, kind of a cheat code way. Okay, so for all my super duper beginners, the way that the keyboard works is it goes from A all the way to G, and then it resets. This right here is an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then A again. And then all these black notes in between are A sharp, B, but B has no B sharp because it goes straight to a white note. So the next white note from B is B, C, C sharp, and then D, D sharp, E, and then there's no sharp for E, so it goes F, F sharp, G, G sharp, boom, easy. So now that you know that, hopefully, what I'm going to show you now is how to make chords from these notes. So let's say we want to make a C major chord. So any major chord is going to be the first note that the chord name is. So let's say C, C major. So we start on C, and then count 3 spaces, and then that's your next note. So C, 1, 2, 3, that's your next note. And so this right here is called a fifth interval. And now to get the last note of the chord, you count 2 spaces. So from these 2 notes right here, 1, 2, and then this one. So hopefully you can see that. These right here, that is the C major chord. And this is the same for any major chord. Let's say I start on this note right here. This is an F sharp. You count F sharp, 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So minor chords are almost the same except for the spaces go 2 and then 3. So let's say we want C minor instead of major. C, 1, 2, boom. And then count 3 from this note here, which is a D sharp. 1, 2, 3, and then boom. So this is your C minor chord. As you can hear, it sounds more, sad and ominous. So you can keep adding notes onto that pattern, and it'll create something called 7th chords, and then 9th chords, and then blah, 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 so on and so forth. So if I wanted to make a C major 7th chord, you would just go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3 again. So that's a C major 7th chord, and that's a really nice sounding chord as well. You can do the same thing with minor chords and make a C minor 7th chord. So yeah, pretty much that's what you need to know for making chords. Okay, ladies and gents, one thing that I forgot to film was how to do your diminished chords. And basically the reason that I forgot to tell you how to make diminished chords is because I usually never use them ever. They're kind of a really ugly sounding chord, and they have usually no place within my music. But sometimes, every once in a while, you might want to use a diminished chord, and it's good to know how to make them anyways. So the way you make a diminished chord is that you basically take a minor chord. So remember, with minor it's 2 spaces and 3 spaces. So boom, we're gonna do a C diminished. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. And with diminished, so this is a C minor. With a diminished, you're gonna take this bad boy right here, which is the 5th, and you're gonna bring it down one space, 1 note, which is called a half step. So the way that this is gonna sound is really ugly. As you can hear, very ugly sounding. But anyways, that is a diminished chord, if you need that information. So yeah, hopefully that helped, and now we can get back into the circle of fifths. So bear in mind that your piano roll in whatever DAW that you use, whether it be FL Studio, LMMS, Ableton, Logic, whatever it be, your piano roll is made to replicate an actual piano. So everything I just did on the piano goes for your piano roll as well. So all those notes are going to be in the same place. It's going to be the same number of spaces in between, all that stuff. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, so now that we have learned about, Craig and his butterflies and stuff, and you've learned about how to make chords, what we can do now is we can use this bad boy here, the circle of fifths, to create chord progressions. So what you're going to do is, let's say we want to create a chord progression within the key of C major, and you want to know what chords are going to be in that key of C major. Well, the circle of fifths has a very, very easy way of figuring that out for you. So let's say C major is what we want, right? So C major is going to have C, obviously, C major chord, F major, G major. So these are the 3 major chords that that's going to have. And then D is going to be minor, A is going to be minor, E is going to be minor, and then this B down here is going to be diminished. Each key is going to have 3 minor, 3 major, and 1 diminished chord. So the way that I kind of draw this out to help me remember is by doing this. So basically what I did here at the top is I drew 3 spaces for all the major chords, 3 spaces for all the minor chords, and then 1 for the diminished. And then this right here says root, because this is the root note. So basically, this little cheat thing can apply to anywhere on the circle of fifths. So let's say we want an A major scale. We're gonna do this for where A is. So because the root is here in the middle, this is major because it's the root. This is major because it's to the left of it. This is major because it's to the right. And then the next 3 are minor, and then the last one after that is diminished. So because we have these 3 being major, this is minor, this is minor, this is minor, and then this is the diminished. So now that is a super easy way for you to figure out what chords are going to be in what keys. This is kind of something that you have to memorize, but what I would do if I were you is I would draw this out and then I would hang it up on your wall or like put it on your desk or somewhere you can look at it and reference it until you keep doing it and repeating it until you get it down, memorized in your head. So this right here, what I just explained, is how you do it for major keys, but I'm going to show you how to do it for minor keys. What we're going to do is we're going to draw this same thing, except for there's going to be one change. You're not going to draw this because I'm going to show you where to draw it for minor. What we are going to do is we're going to write major right here because this is how the major keys work. But hold on one second because I'm going to show you how minor works. Alright, so now for minor, right? We've essentially made the exact same little, diagram thing for minor here, except for it says minor. All these up here are going to be the same. So all these are going to be, major chords. All these are going to be minor chords, and this is going to be the diminished. Except for with the root chord or note or whatever for minor is going to be in the middle of the 3 minor chords. So we're going to put root under that one. So now you have root under that one. So now let's say we want the A minor scale or key or whatever. A is going to be minor because we're going at minor here, and it's going to be in the middle of the minor keys. And because it's in the middle, the 2 on the sides of it are going to be also minor. So D minor, A minor, E minor are all in the key of A minor so far. And because it's the same way here, we're going to be going 3 back from these 3 are going to be the major. So G is major because it's right here. C is major because it's next to that G. F is major because it's next to that C. The diminished chord is going to be after D, A, E minor, and then B, diminished. Basically, those are all the same chords as the key of C major because A minor is C major's relative minor scale. So yeah, that's a kind of a more complicated thing, but just know that every major key is going to have its relative minor key. So whatever, don't worry about that too much. At the moment, just worry about this stuff, this information right here. Take a screenshot if need be, take a screenshot, copy it down, write it down, pause the video, do whatever you need to do, because this is what's going to help you. So yeah, basically this is the way that you're going to figure out what minor and major and whatever chords go into what key. This basically means that you can come up with chord progressions in whatever key you want just by using the circle of fifths, our old pal here. Make sure that you get this down, you memorize it, and some people might say, oh, you don't need this because, like whatever, you can use, guide notes in FL Studio, or you can use like cheats for this, you can use ghost notes or whatever, but this will actually help you a lot. It just helps you to understand a lot more what you're doing when you're making your chord progressions or when you're making melodies, and it should give you like a pretty good grasp on, making your chord progressions and melodies and blah, 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 all that stuff. So yeah, I hope that I helped you with this. This is kind of a rough like crash course on the circle of fifths and just kind of like a little bit of music theory stuff that I know and just making chord progressions and stuff. So I kind of tried to take everything and simplify it a little bit so that everybody can have kind of an easier time understanding. I'm not a music theory professor or expert or anything like that. This is just what I know. This is what has helped me, and so hopefully it can help you as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. There's no computer stuff today. I just kind of wanted to show you guys my process for making melodies. So yeah, leave any questions that you have for me in the comments below and I will get to answering them. Also, once again, make sure that you check out my playlist of songs that I've produced. A lot of them are definitely bangers. Also, follow my Instagram. There's some cool pictures on there if you'd like to go see. And my Soundcloud as well. I have some beats on there that you can, listen to at your pleasure. But yeah, anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.
Ain't no more dose, you feel my pain for real. Been fighting my demons since I was a young, so I had to go and just face it. I don't pass my blunt,